Lost to God, Unbelievable Behavior, episode 13, back in the building. You know, by popular demand, you got my man Big Bootsy back in the building. Yes, sir. Everything good? You already know everything. Yeah. You know, that first one we did, you know, was doing numbers, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Going crazy.
Facts. And that was light work.
And the people been, you know, they've been in my ear and say, yo, we gotta run it back part 2, so it was only necessary.
I was seeing the comments.
You know what I mean? We ain't got to gaslight nothing.
Nothing at all.
But you know we're gonna talk though.
I mean, I'm with you, bro.
We're gonna talk, man. There's a lot of things going on in the industry. A lot of things that we never even finished touching up on the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? But other than that, what's been good though? What's been good otherwise?
Man, everything good, man. I've been working on a new movie that's coming out called Camron.
Y'all make sure y'all go and check my bro out, man. He's working. Unbelievable Behavior Podcast. Making noise, man. I'm up late, but hey, it is what it is. He just dropped his joint.
Okay. Coming out on Tubi very soon. We got a release date, but it ain't in the system yet, so I don't want to speak on it because it could change. But I'm doing
right, y'all.
For it along with my bro.
Wrong number. The movie is on the way. Soundtrack get ready to be crazy.
With Hector. But he's putting it together for me. But I got Jim Jones, I got Davies, I got Pastor Troy. I got Rich Homie Quan, God bless him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I got some names up there.
That's dope. I'm excited to see that. You gonna do a premiere for the movie? Like you gonna do it up there? What we doing?
Well, no, that's a big fact. We're gonna have a premiere. We're gonna do it somewhere in Raleigh. We might do 2 or 3 places. Might do one in New York somewhere.
Okay.
So people can get to see what's going on and, you know, celebrate that black men come together and put something powerful together.
Okay, dope.
Inspirational for up and coming filmmakers.
That's dope. You know, I see you stay active. That's dope, bro. Speaking of movies, what's up with your man Dame? There's a lot of controversy around him in the past 6 months.
Right.
I know you spoke highly of him last time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's up with Dame now? Like, where he at with it? You know, how's his mental? You know what I mean? Like, you got talk on the regular? Like, what's going on?
Well, we was talking on the regular.
Okay.
Since throughout all this, whatever been going on with him and Camron and all that, you know, I still be out speaking heavily about my brother.
Okay.
I love my brother. That's my brother. Period. Anybody that ever did something for me, I'm always show loyalty to.
Okay.
I'm never ever gonna go against Dame Dash. Never gonna do nothing publicly. I disrespect my brother. And I'm gonna say a few things right now publicly, so it don't sound like I'm saying hypocritical stuff.
Right.
Me and him went back and forth a little bit when he said something about AZ on the Art of Dialogue podcast and mentioned my name first. That I brought AZ to him and he didn't know that AZ was went and spoke on the guys that tried to unalive him and his aunt and all them people in the house.
So he basically tried to say that you brought a rat around him.
Right.
Okay. That's what he was trying to. Okay.
Right. So it's like you could speak on that, but everybody already knew A took the stand.
Right.
He didn't tell nobody that did a crime with him. And this is what I always tell people. If you do a crime with somebody, but the world, this new era is, when you're in the streets, you gotta hold it down. The dude Kevin, which was cool with A, I'm going through it fast real quick, which was cool with A, was on the run. We was outside looking for him. Me, Alpo, Rich Porter. But Alpo was riding up and down trying to lure him back to where we was at. Anyway, AZ, people didn't really stress about what AZ did for us taking the stand on the guys. The guy Kevin told who those 2 guys was. AZ never knew them.
Right.
He knew Kevin.
You know Kevin, right.
So, either you a punk because you ain't handling your business, and or you just didn't want to deal with the situation. That's just my take
Right.
I never heard all these rules back in the days, man. I just know if you go down, you get caught, you don't mention nobody that did it with you.
Right. So basically, you trying to say that was like kind of a separate situation. Niggas tried to off him. Niggas killed some other ladies and shit. You know,
house and everything.
Right. So that was a different type of situation.
Yeah, and I don't want to say like you pick and choose who you call rats or whatever. I'm just saying the world didn't pay none of that no attention. So I didn't know why my brother even, which is Damian Dash, even brought that situation up, because it's like, and that ain't even true how it happened.
Right.
And I got pictures of that also.
Gotcha.
When we was down at his art gallery when I brought A down there to do the Rich Porter story. And he liked the film and the footage, and why he left, why he didn't do the actual
Rich
story, because the next day he said A kept calling him for advance money. And he said, well, I wasn't doing advancement, I'm just doing a partnership with him. That's why he ended it. It had nothing to do with his homeboys called him, said, you doing something with AZ. It had nothing to do with none of that. And I didn't understand why he said that and put me out there.
Right, threw your name out there.
I ain't with all that. But anything else, I stand in front line with it. And you my brother. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, still not going to go against him and never going to trash his name because he's a good person. He looked out for a lot of people, looked out for me, put a lot of food on my table, all the way up to date right now. To pay the full movie itself, I get to do shows, walkthroughs, whatever, not shows, but you know, those 80s, 90s parties and all that. So I'm never going to go against him, period.
That's dope. I mean, yeah, misunderstandings happens a lot, you know what I mean, with family, so, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, the back and forth with Damian and Cam, Cam had said something about, you know, he was riding with 2 brakes. But Dame said a story, and Cam kind of said the story was kind of fabricated, and the Big L was with them. He would have lined them. But what's the truth about that?
I was wondering myself, like, you know, a few people call me my boy Blackface, which is another family member amongst, you know, Damian Dash, Camron, Tim Jones, everybody. Blackface is a well-known person in Harlem, and me and him was talking, and he was like, well, how did Dame was going up the hill with the birds. Up the hill is where you go buy birds. Down the hill is where you go make, you know, sell them.
Right.
People from Jersey, wherever, all walks of life come up the hill to buy birds.
Right.
So I had to break it down to him. Well, Dame was dealing with other people getting birds. Dame even dealt with Rich Porter, which was through one of his homies named Terrell.
Right.
Shout out to Terrell. I said maybe he had the birds and was going up the hill and drop them off to his homies that's up there. That's the best out is they crew, and that's where he normally be at, up the hill. So maybe he was taking them up the hill.
Right.
And if Big L was in the car with him, now I done seen pictures with him and Big L together somewhere. Cam said L didn't rock with him like that. Right. The brothers didn't like him.
Okay.
Well, I seen pictures with Big L and Cam. Big L and Dave together, and it's established to me that they had some type of rapport. It ain't got to be an everyday homeboy stuff, but still they deal with each other. But I don't know. It's still a thing up in the air.
Right.
But I see it as it still could have happened. Them going up the hill. He said Dane wasn't telling the truth about it. We'll never know because there's certain things that Cam's saying and people say it wasn't real also. And that's my bro. Won't never go against Cam either.
Right. Now let me ask you a question. Big L, his character, was he a stick-up kid?
Nah, and that's another thing. Like L would have lined him up. Maybe L would have lined somebody else up. Maybe L would line up certain people, but it's certain people that even stick-up kids know not to play with in that era. I've had a spot that was 24 hours like New Jack City on 142nd between Hamilton and Broadway, and it's called Hungry Ham. And they rob anybody that's coming to buy drugs in that area.
Right.
They will rob anybody that don't have no familiarity.
Okay. Okay.
That's the words.
Okay, yeah.
With that area.
Right.
They robbing that.
Okay.
I'm in that area doing work 24 hours. I ain't got no problems. Plus, I kind of grew up with library. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know, that era is, you know who you gonna rob and who not to rob.
Right. You know, you pick and choose your battles.
That's a fact. So I can't say Big L would have lined him up, but Mase said, he sure lined me up.
Right, with the infamous story with the watch and the Spanish nigga tried to rob him for the rollie. Right. But that might look like a personal thing, though.
And you had that, right, true. And then you got other people that saying, and Mase my dude, I ain't saying it, but other people saying it.
Right.
They was like, well, Mase, you soft. That's why he might have did it to you. And this is what Blackface said out of his mouth. So I'm not making this up. He said it on a podcast man was talking about.
Right.
And once again, I don't try to disrespect people that I rock with. And I rock with Mase.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying what was said out of his mouth. I'm just saying certain people get robbed.
Right.
But certain people don't get robbed by stick-up dudes. And to answer your question, I've never seen Big L as that. And I had Big L down here with me. But when his career got quiet.
Okay.
And I put him on a song with me.
Okay, let's talk about it. Big L got a new joint out.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we spoke with Camron. You said you got something going on with the label. Elaborate on that. Elaborate.
So, when I came from jail in 1995, doing my thing, making my moves, I came out as a rapper.
Right.
So when I come out as a rapper, I wanted, McGruff is one of the biggest artists at the time. Sound Heavy D, songs with Monifa.
Okay.
Doing this thing, that song, I Miss You.
Right.
It's a chocolate Mac with the gold fronts, whatever.
Right.
I'm like, damn, my brother killing the game. Anyway, I get in contact with him. We, so I take him downtown. We doing some songs together. We talking. He was like, man, we need to get Big L on a joint with you. Oh, my word, Big L? He was like, yeah, man, it's family.
Right.
And see, I was gone, so I didn't know. And they wasn't rapping and all that noise wasn't being made when I was gone. But it might have been made while I was gone, excuse me.
Right.
Anyway, he told me, I can get the L. I'm like, all right, cool. Get Big L. He charged me $2,000 to do a verse. We go to my homeboy's studio, Bobby and Mike in New Jersey. We go and do the song. I already did the original version. It's called Harlem NYC with me and McGruff and Mo Money, Nat in the Hat. It was called Nat in the Hat or Cat in the Hat, Nat in the Hat remix with Mo Money. And Mo Money, Geneviese's, Dial Records, they was making noise with the Locks, Mase. Puff got mad at them and they had the joint rocking with Mase on Hot 97, I want to say back then, and Puff made him pull the song down. And he was rocking and rolling. So I'm just giving you an example of the person I was dealing with that was pulling me in. So anyway, I got the song done and finished with Big L. Once I got the song done, I pushed it through Unique Distribution out of Hyde Park, New York.
Okay.
And this was through Nat. I had Nat managing my company, which was Big Bucks Entertainment.
Okay,
and I was the artist, and we pushing me at the time. So once I got Big L on it, we did the song, we rocking and rolling. And I'm gonna let y'all hear the song. I'm gonna give you the song anyway, too.
Okay.
It's been floating and fluctuating all through the internet, and I see Big L featuring Bootsy, McGruff. They ain't even got my artist that was up there, which was Digger on the song, which is my artist, because I was pushing him at the time with myself. But I did my research, and when I did the research, I see that another label put the song out. So RDC Records.
Now, okay, so another label put your record out.
My record out, but saying featuring me. It's Big L record featuring me and McGruff. It still ain't mention my artist. Not only that, it went out in 2011 on the Danger's own album, which is Big L's album. While he's still deceased, God bless my bro.
Right.
While he's deceased, my song is on there. And I'm wondering why I keep seeing my song on YouTube a lot. So I never paid no attention.
So you telling me we can go to Spotify right now and it's gonna pop up?
And it gotta pop up. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
And they made about 300,000-400,000. I want to say 500,000. And I didn't get a dime from that.
Okay, so what we doing now?
Oh, we gotta talk to them. It's time to talk. So I'm talking to my lawyer.
Okay.
My lawyer said, wait till Big L's new album drop, which should drop on the 31st. And I want everybody to go get that.
Okay.
Because he need to leave some money to his family. And his family is behind this album right here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And me stepping to the RBC or RDC, whatever that label is,
Little small label.
it got nothing to do with my brother Big L.
Right. Your beef is strictly with that label.
With the business.
Yeah.
With the business. Do it right. Pay me, and we cool.
Right.
That's it.
No doubt. Yeah, well, hopefully everything works out. Cause you know the record labels is shady, man. You know
Right, that's a fact.
You know,
We come from the streets and we know how to deal with shady people, man. And we just have to do it in the right format. That's it. I don't want no problems. I just want what I'm earning because I paid Big L. I paid for studio time.
Right.
I paid for everything that is deserved of that record.
Mhm.
But I'm with keeping my brother's legacy alive to the fullest.
Speaking of legacy, speaking of shady people, I want to talk about the Harlem Legend kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I want to. He's been a popular with this algorithm going on with hip hop. There's a lot of channels that people go into for information on what's going on today, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got Zip with the Drip, you got a couple other guys, and he's one of the guys that, you know, is drawing a lot of traffic.
Mm-hmm.
What's the backstory with him? You know? Is he Harlem Legend?
I've been seeing, and I don't know why he a legend. He can't be a legend. You can't even go that route talking about he a legend. Nobody can. And I done told him that. This ain't no disrespect to him.
Right.
I get you want to make a name and make up a name, you know, not as far as when you become a rapper, you want to come up with your name. When you come up with being a podcaster, you want to come up with a name. When you come up with a name, Harlem Legend. I get it. But what I've been asking people is, who is Harlem Legend? What do he do? How is he a legend? He can't claim being a legend and you never done nothing. I heard him say he used to take packs uptown for this person, that person, and all that. That's cool. Okay, but you're taking packs uptown, bro. That ain't nothing legendary. How you legendary? And then I'm just finding out.
Just finding out
off the presses that he had a